Good evening from Tulleys Shoptoberfest Screen Park. Really looking forward to tonight. It's VIP Press Night, should be a nice low crowd. And they've actually got two new mazes for this year, which I'm really excited to try out. That is Purgatory. We're going to be starting off with Creepy Cottage tonight. So this maze has been here a few years now, and I can't really remember much from it last year. But it's got no queue right now, it usually gets a big queue later on. So I think it's a good maze to start with, especially one to just warm us up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going into this one. Should be good. From what I can remember, it's a bit like Curse of Alton Manor theming and a short little maze. Let's go. Just come out of Creepy Cottage, and I've got to say that was a really good maze. It was a bit short in places, but some of the jump scares in there were really good. It didn't have any like big effects or animatronics. It was a fully jump scare orientated maze, but you know what, it was nicely themed, it was quite eerie, it does what it says on the tin. I really enjoyed it. Jonathan, what did you think of Creepy Cottage?
It was a good maze. I think the initial scenes were really good, well detailed. It kind of tapered off towards the end, but there were some nice jump scares and the acting was overall good.
We have just ridden this thing. KMG speed. Absolutely love a KMG speed, honestly. When you get those unbalanced like we did, you flip like crazy and you just don't know when the flipping is coming. That is actually an amazing ride. We had a great experience on there, and we've been so close to Gatwick, actually coming round and seeing the planes on approach as you're flipping on a booster. No other experience like it, honestly. Love that. We're about to go in the Coven of 13 now. Can't really remember much about this maze. It should be good to give it a go. I can remember it has some outdoor scenes and indoor scenes, and I think like some lasers. But other than that, we shall find out what it's got in store. Let's go and do the Coven of 13. We've just come out of the Coven of 13 there, and I gotta say, that wasn't the best maze of the night actually. I still think the cottage was better than that. But it had some nice scenes in there, including a new scene for this year, which was some red and orange strobe lights in a smoke-filled room. And it's actually a really interesting scene because you couldn't see where you were going, and actors just came up on you when you just weren't expecting them to. And to be honest, that was the best part of the maze because everything else was a little bit disappointing. There's a few airbags that didn't work, it's a little bit weak on actors, and I think it needed some more theming in places, but it was still quite a good fun maze. I enjoyed myself in there. I quite liked it. And what do you think of Coven of 13?
So far, weakest of the mazes we've done. I know we've only done two. Too many black walls, too much reliance on smoke, but the acting on the whole was good. Just hoping for a little bit more. The new scene at the end, if it was new, was quite good, but I think, yeah, weakest so far.
And into Purgatory now, a new maze for this year. Interesting to see what this will be like. I've heard it's got a quite heavy Christian theme. Let's go in and experience Purgatory. We've just come out of Purgatory there, which is actually a really interesting maze. It had quite a heavy Christian theme, so it's themed around like religion, and the actors all look like nuns. And actually, I gotta say, the theming was really good in there, and it had some really good jump scares throughout. But perhaps the most interesting thing about that maze was the fact you had to carry a lantern around with you, and the lantern actually changed colours throughout the experience based on the rooms you were in, and at some points the lantern even had a strobe effect on it in the strobe rooms. I gotta say that's a really neat feature and a really well done maze. Really enjoyed that. Jonathan and David, what did you both think of Purgatory?
Oh, thank you. I think the lamp gimmick was really cool. I think there were some good scares in there in terms of jump scares. I was a tiny bit disappointed about the lamp theming again, but overall I agree it's the best maze tonight so far.
Yeah, agree. I love the lantern. Very clever with how it changed in different rooms, and the strobe effects in some of the rooms as well. But yeah, no, I probably agree with you. Best maze we've done so far, but still lots to do.
Going on the hayride now, so from what I can remember from this last year, it was actually really good. It had quite a lot of funny moments and really good theming throughout. Looking forward to getting back on this tonight and seeing if there's any new scenes that have been added. Let's go ride the hayride.
We're not sure who or what might be lurking amongst the blankets.
Oh, that's nice.
Creams, okay? Spice Girls, mixed creams, okay?
He just keeps yapping all the time. He uses his mouth more than his hands. You know what I mean, don't you, sir? Now, would you like some popcorn? I got sweet lightning or
Go! Fired! Absolutely, mate. Yes! Do that, boy! Do it more! I like that move.
I think my popcorn's burning.
I wonder what job description that is.
Party! Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And Roz.
It's the facts! Run for it! Got my bags in prison!
What's that? Everybody say yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo.
A bit better, yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo.
Oh, you're a bit of a dead fun child. These two up here, the ghosts! Oh my god, the ghosts! Oh my gosh, oh wait, no, never mind. It's just Charles and Camilla saying hello. Now, rule number 2, okay? Don't look my wife in the eyes. She'll chain you up like she did to me in 1888. I bet you can relate to being trained up. All you ballsy sort of... Okay, then, bye now.
Who knew Emily Alton now works at Tulleys? Fair enough. Phalanx operative. This is a containment zone.
These days, whack one, family up, ding dong. The good one, fuck out. Must be careful here, explorers. Very dangerous, okay? Make sure not to step on it. Imbeciles! Who set off the movie? Trap. Movie trap. You're disgusting. I'm on a quest. Okay, I'm on a quest. I need everybody's help, okay? I lost my wife. Lost her around 25 years ago. I think she done this thing to me called a ghost. She ghosted me.
The time has come for the Wicker Man to rise. Together, we shall feed the flames.
Recidentero Montpora. Riera. Let's go. I'm Cletus. Nice to meet you. Can you hold this for me?
My name is Bo.
Ready? But my mama calls me Brandy because I'm such a good licker.
Now I'm doing reverse cowgirl. Yeah! I love reverse cowgirl. This is my favorite. Shut up. because it's about to get toxic up in here. Now, no matter how toxic it gets, your ex-boyfriend will not be joining us, okay? Fabulous! I've had quite an awful morning, darlings. Start off in the lab with a big bang! It went everywhere. Get your mind out the gutter, you dirty dog. I'm a scientist. Not very cutesy, not very demure of you, sir. Now, Alexa, play Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal. Alexa!
Two in the box, ready to go. We've been massive, baby.
Ghostbusters are here. See, you've been told every time I see a ghost, act like it's a bad haircut.
Now, I don't tend to date or like go for the paranormal type, but I do have a date with a ghost, so I gotta go. And there's a hell of a lot of ghosts on this trailer, which means I got a lot of busting to do. Let's go. Whatever you do, don't cross the street.
Just come off Hayride there, and I really like that this year. Honestly, it's such a long ride, and there's some really good scenes on there where the actors come on. There's a scene like Wicker Man, there's a scene like Curse at Alton Manor. It's almost like they've been to Alton Towers and gone, what themes can we pick up and stick in the Hayride? What was a bit disappointing though is that Santa didn't make an appearance this year. Last year we had Santa with a chainsaw actually come on to the trailer, and it was really funny, honestly the best scene on the ride. And this year it was replaced with some Ghostbusters, which they were good, but I think I would have preferred Santa, to be honest. But still a great ride nonetheless, and I really enjoyed it. We're about to go on Elements now. Now from what I can remember from last year, this is a bag on the head maze with some cool water effects and fire effects inside. But I can't remember much about this one, so it'd be cool to go in and check it out. Let's come off Elements there, and to be honest, I actually quite like that maze. The mix of fire and water and sound effects in there with the bag on your head is actually really cool, because it's a maze all about the senses, not about actors and where you're going. But there were still some good scares in there, and actually following the guide rope was really hard to keep an eye on where you were going. So actually the biggest scare factor of it was, where am I and who's going to come out at me next? It was more like a jump scare focus maze and anticipation based on what was going to happen next, rather than practical scares as like a chainsaw or some actors. But I actually really like that. It's quite a good maze. It's quite underrated here at Tulleys. About to head into the other new maze for this year now, called the Carving. I know nothing about this maze, but I'll let you know what it's like when we come out. See you there. We just come out the Carving there, and I gotta say that was actually a really good maze. There's actually some chainsaws in there, which actually is my favourite effects in a maze. It's really long as well and really well themed throughout. You could tell they'd reused some theming from the island in there, and it had a really strong American theme, which I was not expecting. I must say, everyone's American accents here are absolutely terrible, but besides that, the theming, the maze itself, really enjoyed that. Great new addition here for 2024. About to enter Doomtown now. Now from what I remember, this is my favourite maze last year, because it was really well themed and had some amazing acting quality. But we'll see this year if it still holds the title as the best. Let's go. We just come out of Doomtown there, and obviously that is still the best maze here, because that theming in there is incredible. They've literally built an entire town just for one scare maze. I mean, no other place should do that. That is so good. However, I do think it was weaker than last year, because there didn't seem to be as much attention to detail or actor quality in there. Like for example, last year they had rotten fruit and veg and the smell of it coming through, whereas this year they didn't have that. But all in all, it's still an amazing scare maze nonetheless, and I would say my favourite here. But we're about to go on Wasteland's Penitentiary, which I remember being a very close second, so let's go and give this a go and see how it is. Okay, so we've just come out there of Wasteland's Penitentiary, and I must say, that is the best maze here. Honestly, some of the scenes in there and the acting quality tonight was incredible. Obviously that strobe scene at the end is unbeatable. I mean, all those strobe lights going through all those cages of all those actors, that's the best scene in any maze, period. And even the acting and quality and scares in the bit that wasn't the strobe room was world class. Honestly, that maze, incredible. Love it. Let's go into Chop Shop now. So from what I can remember last time, this is a fully chainsaw orientated experience, and to be honest, I can't really remember much from it. All I can remember is a really good maze with some amazing chainsaw scares. Let's go and find out. So we've just come out of Chop Shop there, and I gotta say, that was actually better than last year. The amount of chainsaws in there, I think they'd up them from last year, and honestly there were some really good scares in there. Just you were anticipating at every moment, when's the next chainsaw gonna come? And the scares they had in there were so good. Honestly, they were full on that tonight, and really like that. Couldn't even be the best maze yet, but I think Wasteland still holds the title.
To begin. And now we must follow. And you put it out. Come on. Here it comes. Here it comes. You're never go. Oh yeah! That's the way to put that. Are you ready?
Head into Electric Circus now. I can't really remember much about this maze other than it's clown themed and it was quite short, but we'll see how it is. Let's give it a go. So we've just come out of Electric Circus and I gotta say that actually was a really good maze. It might be short and it might not have the best theming, but some of the jump scares in there were on point tonight. Really enjoyed that. And also clown themed mazes in general are some of the most scary sometimes because the makeup and the costumes, they can go really elaborate with them, it's great. If you fancy dying tonight, they have got a bungee slingshot if you fancy it. About to give the cellar a go now. I can't remember much about this maze to be honest, but I can remember it being alright last year. I can remember it being one of the mid-tier ones. We'll give it a go and see how it is, see if they've made any changes or improvements for this year. So we just come out of the cellar there, and actually it was an alright maze. It had some decent theming in there, but the acting quality wasn't quite up to what I think it should have been. It's probably one of the weakest we've done so far, to be honest, but no maze here is truly weak. I actually enjoyed that, but not as much as some of the others we've done. Brings us to the end of our night at Tulleys Farm, and I've got to say we had a really good evening here tonight. We got every single maze there was on offer. We got on the hayride twice, and I did the booster twice as well. Actually really good ride count for tonight because given it's press night it was actually quieter tonight, and given we had fast passes they worked really well to get onto every maze. All in all we had a really nice evening tonight, and I'd definitely recommend Tulleys to anyone.